I have the limitless potential and possibility of the universe because I am made of the universe. Today, I'm going to teach you a super simple technique that's going to help you to immediately raise your frequency that aligns with success and abundance so you can manifest more of what you want and less of what you don't want. Welcome back to the 10-part Manifestation Mastery Series. We are on episode number 4. In the first episode, we had a look at how your thoughts, your beliefs have a frequency. And it is the frequency that you maintain on a regular basis that is actually creating your reality. You are already a master of manifestation. It's just that you're unconscious about what it is that you're manifesting. So we had a look at the thoughts and the frequencies, which led nicely into episode number 2, when I taught you the 3A system to help you identify the crappy beliefs that are lowering your frequency. How could you identify them, remove them, and put new beliefs in to raise your frequency? And then in the last episode, I taught you an amazing technique called the swish pattern. Yes, it is slightly weird, but it's also super powerful. And it's designed to change the unconscious pictures that you have in your head. Because every belief that you have has a picture attached to it. You probably don't know that. You probably don't even see them in your mind's eye, but they're there all the time. So using a swish can change your default pictures and therefore change your beliefs. It's an incredible exercise. If you haven't done that yet, I'm going to link that episode down below. Please go watch it and go try that swish pattern. It is an absolute game changer. Now, today, I want to introduce you to another NLP technique called anchoring. There are loads of different ways to do this, but I want to teach you the simplest way that can have you moving immediately. Because let's face it, if you wake up in the morning and you feel funky and anxious and fearful and you don't have clarity and you're like down on yourself and questioning your ability to do anything, maybe you don't have the time or even the inclination to do the other things that I've told you about right now. And you're just like, I just need to shift this energy now. And that's what I'm going to teach you today. But before we do that, I want to just let you know that the main concept that holds so many people back from creating the life of their dreams is that they don't realize that they are already a master manifester. Because we are all manifesting our reality from what we think, what we see in our minds, and what we do on a daily basis. But 95% of your actions are unconscious. 95% of what you do every day is repetitive. It's habitual. You're not thinking about it. It's almost like you're playing out robotics. So what that means is you're not choosing your frequency. And if you're not choosing your frequency, you're not creating your reality. You're literally like a pawn in a game, and your reality is being created around you because you're switched off. You're switched off from the vibration that is inside of you. So something that you can do immediately is literally just to bring more awareness into your day. When you first open your eyes, practicing a few sentences of gratitude, saying thank you for waking up, thank you for being in a bed, thank you for the opportunities, thank you for the love that you have in your life. Just start shifting away from this robotic habitual identity and make it more ritualistic. Now, the reason I say that is you want things to be habit in the sense that you just do them, but you don't want to just do them for the sake of just doing them. You want, for me, the ritualistic element comes from, I'm the kind of person who, I'm the person who looks after myself physically, mentally, emotionally. I'm the kind of person who meditates every day. I am the person who has great conversations. I'm the person who. So what that means is you're now doing the same things on a daily basis, but there is intent behind it. And when you've got action that is backed up by powerful intention, my friend, you are on a slipstream. Right? You are cruising towards where you want to go. It is the intention-backed action that sees you moving more quickly, with more grace and ease, and manifesting more of what you want in your life because you've been very clear about the energy that you're bringing to the day. So the first step I want you to do is literally just start bringing more awareness to the energy that you bring to everything. the energy you bring to your commute, the energy you bring to your conversations, the energy you bring to your relationships and to your health. Become less robotic, and then you are in the driver's seat. Make that 95%. Let's reduce that number as much as you can. So you say, I'm bringing my best self to every single one of these aspects of my life. And that intention will supercharge you manifesting more of what you want into your life. So give that one a go first. Now, the anchoring exercise that I want to teach you today is super simple, which is one way that we use anchoring to switch our states. And what I mean by state is if you look at people who feel low, maybe they're depressed, maybe they're just not in the right frame of mind right now. And generally you'll hear their voice drop. They'll probably talk a bit slower. You'll probably see like they'll do that a lot, and they'll maybe roll their shoulders, maybe look down quite a lot. And their body gets to know this physical state. Now, when you start to decide how you vocalize and you pull your shoulders back and you put your heart to the sky and you lift your chin up and you come forth with a greater energy, I have now immediately shifted my physical state. Now, here's the magic. There's not magic. When you shift your physical state, you shift your physiology. There is magic, fandangled things going on inside your body, and now my vibration is raised. Sometimes it's as simple as changing how you are standing that can change you. That's an anchor, right? So let's just talk about a few ways that we can do that. Before we do it, I want to give you an example that you will all have of an anchor that's already been installed for you. You may or may not know this, but your sense of smell is the closest thing to your memory, which means that we've all got smells that connect us immediately to a different time and place in our life. And it can be flowers, it can be cooking, it can be people. People's homes have a sense. It could be there could be a smell that reminds you of a holiday, or a smell that reminds you of a relationship. Aftershaves, perfumes. Each and every one of you will have a smell that can literally transcend you in time back to somewhere in the past, and you could probably remember. This is where the pictures come in. You'll remember what was going on, who was there, how you felt, and conversations. Everything is wrapped up in that memory from that one smell. That's an anchor. That's a really, really powerful anchor. So you could use a smell. You can use anything as an anchor. Imagine now what's happening is, just as a ship will lower its anchor into the ocean to keep it where it is, when you create your own personal, powerful anchors that shift you from a lower vibration into a higher vibration, you are anchored firmly in that energy. When you're anchored in that energy, what's going to happen? You're going to raise your frequency. You're going to raise your vibration. What happens when you do that? Exactly. You're lined up with infinite intelligence for an outcome that matches that frequency. So here's some ways that you can anchor immediately. You've all heard of power posing, right? So if you find yourself feeling funky, look at how you're sitting or standing. If you've been at your desk for a long time and your shoulders are rounded and you feel yourself like feeling really, stiff, and all your energy's kind of got stuck, stand up and find yourself a power pose. I love this one. I love to stand up with my feet hip width apart and my arms spread wide and my chest to the sky, and I can just stand here. Now, I usually do an affirmation or an incantation at the same time. I'll talk to you about that in just 1 second. But even just that makes me feel powerful. The traditional power pose is like the Peter Pan power pose or the Wonder Woman with the hand on the hips. It doesn't matter what you do as long as you feel powerful, right? So power posing is one way. Songs are a really, really good way. So create yourself a power playlist, songs that lift your vibes. And I'd like you to have 1 or 2 primary ones that are like your go-to. Songs, music are a super powerful way to anchor in. Now, when you start to get really clever, you can stack them. So you can do your power pose whilst listening to your favorite track, whilst doing an affirmation, right? But start slow and steady, build it up. Your brain starts to map these things over. Oh, this smell means that I feel relaxed. This pose means that I'm on fire. This song, right? Working out, running, lifting weights, they can all be powerful anchors for you to shift your state. But I want you to go on this voyage of discovery for yourself. What anchors can you use that are going to, every time you use them, you strengthen the anchor. So it won't be as powerful with the first time as it will with the 10th time or the 100th time. But it's that you need to realize it's an adding on process. And then you could hear that song anywhere and your body will go ping and it will go straight into the anchor. It's really, really clever and really, really powerful. And like I say, once you've got that momentum going, feel free to add on, to stack them up. So like I say, with the music, with the power pose, and with an affirmation and an incantation. So you all heard of affirmations before. It's that positive statement affirming something to be true for yourself, even if your current reality doesn't reflect that. Now, you know that in order for an affirmation to be powerful, you have to try and flip into the emotional state of that already. You've got to start activating the emotions. And again, don't expect it all to be hunky-dory right from the off. It's going to take you some practice if it's completely in opposition to the way you've been living for the last 2, 3, 4, 5 decades. So you need to bring emotion into it. Now, I think Tony Robbins is the one that really talks about incantations, but incantations really brings a whole new vibe to it. One of my favorite incantations is, I have the limitless possibility and potential of the universe because I am made of the universe. Now, when I say that, I don't just say it like that. I am in my power pose and I will say it something like this. I have the limitless potential and possibility of the universe because I am made of the universe. And I will say that over and over again. And you'll literally feel your vibration starting to rise. You'll feel heat pulsating through your body. It's a super exciting thing. So incantations, basically like affirmations on steroids, right? So just really, really pump it all up. Now, I cannot tell you how powerful this very simple process is. It is a game changer. And like anything, you can make this ritualistic. What I want to try and teach you to do is not necessarily to do everything by reaction. Oh God, I'm having a bad day. Let me go see what Louise said and I'll go do an anchor. I want you to start using this as part of your success strategy, your soulful success strategy. I am going to be the person who starts my day with my power pose incantations. Then I'm going to sit in the garden and have a coffee while I smell my rosemary. And then, right, so you're activating those emotions on a more regular basis rather than it just being a reaction to you feeling funky. Hope that makes sense. I have loved this one. Anchoring is probably one of my all-time favorite techniques to use. Make sure you go back and watch all the other episodes in this current series. Episode number 5 will be out next week. And until then, make sure you check out the videos that I've got lined up for you right here.